Greetings, mate, and welcome aboard. Stuart Charles here, HomeStudioBasics.com, helping you make sound decisions. So, if you're at all familiar with this website, you'll know I've recommended the Creative SoundBlaster X G6 as my top overall choice for gaming since I first received it in 2019. It's a fantastic product, but recently I got a chance to try the G8, a DAC with similar features and a radically different overall aesthetic. Today we'll find out if it's worth a purchase, covering everything from build quality, versatility, form factor, sound, price to performance, overall value, and more. By the time you're finished reading this, you'll know if it's a viable option, and if it isn't, I'll point you in the direction of something that is. Deal? Cool, let's dive in. The first thing that jumps out at you is how much more intuitive it is than the older G6. Everything is right there at your fingertips, and it makes setup a breeze. With the G6, the switches were on the side, and in the dark playing video games, it was a bit of a pain to decipher what was what. The G8 instead features large buttons on the top of the unit, and they're much easier to read and adjust. Even so, the one thing I found annoying about the G6 was the lack of a power on-off switch, and unfortunately the G8 follows suit. So when you're ready to turn it off, you'll have to unplug it, which can be rather annoying. Despite that, the unit is small and compact, so you can pretty much place it anywhere, and it also adds a nice flair to your setup without being overly flamboyant or showy. It just reminds you of a workstation, and for me, that makes me think about making beats. Probably the thing I love most in the world. It also feels more robust and less plasticky than the G6, and though I've never had issues with 6, the G8 at just a shade over a pound seems sturdier, heavier, and better designed. Moreover, SoundBlaster's logo illuminates quite nicely and looks rather handsome in the dark. That said, while the LED light is pretty awesome, Creative missed out on an opportunity to provide more color schemes and modes, as the only option is white. Moving on, once again we have some nice padding on the bottom, and though it stays in place pretty well, you will experience it move around a little from time to time. Nothing to freak out about, but should be noted. Because it's gorgeous and understated, I can't dock too many points here. All knobs and connections feel great, and to be quite honest with you, I love to look at it and play with it. It's very inviting and almost seductive in a way. The large volume potentiometer on the right is perfect, and the smaller game/voice knob enables you to quickly and easily calibrate in-game music and voice chat, called Game Voice Mix, which tailors to your specific headphones and unique vocal inflections. And the knob sort of snaps into place when you're at 12 o'clock, a really thoughtful feature from Creative and very useful for OCD homies such as myself. Below that are 3 buttons: SPX, Mode, and HP/SPK, headphones/speakers. The HP/SPK button allows you to toggle between headphones or active speakers like the FiiO SP3 or PreSonus Aeris E3.5. The middle button enables direct mode, and the left button cycles between Scout mode, blue, the acoustic engine, white, and off. White is essentially surround sound and does result in a livelier, more open presentation. You can adjust all of this with the Creative app as well. I'll leave a link down below. Direct mode simply bypasses all the effects and gives you the sound as is. Great for snobs like me, but I can't lie, the features on this thing are fun. It's why I've recommended the G6 for so long, and the G8 is even dandier. In addition to surround, the app provides a crystallizer, bass boost, smart volume, and a dialogue button. According to Creative, the smart volume intelligently minimizes abrupt volume changes by automatically adjusting the loudness of your audio playback. Dialogue Plus enhances voices in music and movies for a drastically clearer vocal range. All these settings can be useful, but you'll likely find yourself using Surround and Crystallizer the most if I had to guess. Making a glorious return, Scout Mode is a nifty feature and a personal favorite of mine, as it opens up the soundscape and allows you to hear more of what's going on like Marvin Gaye, whether in-game, watching a film, or listening to music. The G8 doesn't have X in its name, but like the SoundBlaster X G6, it too contains Creative's custom-designed X-Amp discrete bi-amplifier, X gon' give it to ya, which drives the left and right channels individually. I find the surround mode perfect for watching shows and movies, contributing to a deeper level of immersion and intimacy with regard to dialogue, voices, and overall environmental cues and sounds. A lot of this depends on the headphones and their own sound staging capabilities, but the G8 undoubtedly helps and sounds excellent regardless. The Chosen is a perfect example of a series that greatly benefits from this feature, as it's a lot more interesting and engaging to watch. You'll start to hear all sorts of notable artifacts, ambience, indecipherable dialogue, and plenty of background stuff that you've never heard before. Interestingly enough, this actually helps me concentrate better as I'm hyper-focused on hearing everything I can. In this way, the G8 is incredibly useful for a myriad of different listening scenarios: mixing, film, gaming, general listening, etc. And, like the G6, proves itself a valuable commodity over time. This is where it starts to get really fun, as the G8 only improves on the versatility of the G6. Back panel. In addition to dual USB-C inputs, which allows you to stream audio from two USB devices simultaneously, your PC and phone for example, there's an HDMI ARC for use with consoles, TVs, soundbars, AV receivers, etc., an optical output, also can be used with an AV receiver, an optical input for use with a console like my PS4, a low/high gain switch, the optical/ARC switch, a line out for use with active speakers as we discussed, and a line input for your tablet or mobile device. Front panel. Like the G6, the front contains dual 3.5mm jacks, one for your mic and the other for your headphones. This makes it easy to use something like a mod mic or a V-Moda Boom Pro, and unlike other overpriced stupid DACs, person playmate, excuse me, the G8's mic jack actually, works. That said, I would have liked to see Creative include a splitter in the package for those who don't have one lying around like me. Still, when taking everything into account, that's a whole heck of a lot of value in such a tiny, cute package, and if you know me, you know I'm a value whore. And if you know me, you'll know I'm a value whore.
And she's even worse. She's a whore.
I love useful products, and the G8 certainly fits the bill and then some. You can easily connect it to active speakers like the FiOS P3, a soundbar like the GS5, and pretty much anything with some sort of auxiliary or optical input. If that wasn't enough, its low output impedance, 1 ohm, and loads of power make it extremely valuable for driving any headphones up to 600 ohm. So basically all 20 plus of mine that I have lying around. In short, you can expect a clean, neutral, true-to-the-source backdrop for anything you may be using it for. Put simply, the G8 is one of the most versatile DACs I've tried, with value through the roof and a price to performance to match. Final verdict. Speaking of price, the G8 sits at around $149 and represents a perfect step up from the G6 without having to fork over your kidney in the process. With all of the improvements and at only around $40 to $50 more, advertised on Creative at $149.99. It's one of the easiest purchases you can make, and I recommend it wholeheartedly without question. No questions asked! It will also be replacing my longtime gaming favorite G6, even though both are still good products. So with that, I'm doing my outro again. I don't even remember what it was. Leave a comment down below. What kind of outro are you feeling? If you remember any of my outros, drop me a comment and let me know, and I will do that outro. But I'm definitely going to be dropping a rap at the end of the videos. In 3, 2, 1, boom! What?
Yeah. Check. Review brought to you by Stu. Here's the coda. I'm nasty on the mic. Call me warm soda. Chopped up this beat real fine like cold produce. Steady in my veggies so I can focus on my David Copperfield. Y'all hocus pocus. A little loopy when I wrote this. esoteric dopeness, cultivating the will of a soldier, fighting through the pain like Dooku. I told ya, sold you on my style, snapping on cats like Private Pile. I get semi-wild every once in a while, 911 on the dial, alone at the top with no rival. Dark is my world without a Bible, without God's love there's no survival. So my mindset is tribal, yeah, my mindset is tribal. Yeah, my mindset is tribal.